A developing story out of Tarpon Springs tonight. Investigators are taking a deeper look into a house fire and the deaths of two people at a home on Chesapeake Drive. Our Carson Chambers joins us live from Tarpon Springs with an update on this investigation. Good evening, Carson.
Well, good evening, Jameson. The Georgius are a very well-known family here in Tarpon Springs. In fact, if you go down to the Sponge Docks, it is a name that people instantly recognize, and that is because Steve Georgiou worked on boats in a shipyard for most of his life here in Tarpon. In fact, the family owned a deep-sea fishing charter called the Miss Milwaukee. The flames were through the roof of this Tarpon Springs home when the 911 call came in this morning around 6 o'clock. Across the way at a nursing home, workers like Helen Freeman were just arriving for their shifts.
I just thought it was the chimney smoking, and I realized after a minute or so that the house was on fire.
And when firefighters got inside the burning one-story home on Chesapeake Drive, they made another discovery. The bodies of an elderly couple, 83-year-old Steve and 78-year-old Flora Georgiou, on the floor. But even after CPR, detectives say the married couple died at the scene.
The detectives believe foul play is involved here. Like I said, there's upper body trauma consistent with felonious assault.
Investigators believe the couple was targeted, that this crime is not random, and they're actively following up on leads. Forensics investigators spent the afternoon collecting evidence, carefully moving through the home with coverings on their shoes, and the fire marshal brought in a yellow lab named Misty to do her job, sniff for accelerants.
I would deem any fire with deaths involved to be suspicious, so we'll be looking at this very closely.
Investigators say family members, including the couple's son, are distraught but cooperating with their investigation. And 12 hours after that 911 call first came in about the fire, forensics investigators are still on scene tonight. You should know homicide detectives canvassed this entire area, knocking on doors, talking to neighbors, trying to ease their fears. They say this is not a random crime, and they want people to know that tonight here in Tarpon Springs. Live in Tarpon, I'm Carson Chambers, ABC Action News.